September 15th, 2013. We've had a couple quakes, guys, that are affecting us down in the south in Bayou Corne. Of course, it's affecting the people near the quakes also. There's a 4.6 in Mexico, and we've had another large quake southwest of Acca, the 6.1, and that's where we were having these strong quakes a few weeks ago. A couple in the center there in Boley, Oklahoma, 3.1, probably fracking. One over in Arkansas. A small one in Old Faithful, and one down in Joshua Tree, 2.5. But at about 11 o'clock today, these things started being felt on the seismographs at Bayou Corne, and they're already in a high-pressure situation with the gas there. More trees are leaning. I've got a few images from a new flyover that I'll show you in tomorrow's video, and a lot of new information on Bayou Corne, including the fact that they've been knowing about it for about 30 years, that they had busted through the side of this dome and didn't close it until 2011, guys. But that's a full report on this. But this chart showing that at 11 o'clock this morning, at the top, they were feeling that quake. And then in the 3 o'clock hour, again, Central Daylight Time, there was an extreme amount of slippage, and you can see it as it ends out with the black line there. Then it's two smaller quakes that it's felt, or either those or more debris falling into that hole. But guys, that's an intense section right there this afternoon of movement on that bayou. Now let's back it up to the morning, and I'll show you actually as it started picking up the quakes again. There's 13, 14, 1500 is the 3 o'clock hour. Now let's go to the morning. Again, the 15th, same monitor, the LA11 that we use a lot, and you see there's 11 o'clock into 11:15, 20, it started picking it up, and by 11:30 and 11:45 it was starting to move up on the scales quite rapidly. Then as it felt that earthquake, it almost seemed to sit there for a moment, and then the activity at 3 o'clock started picking up again. Now another thing that we're watching is this is Japan, and the events there are critical to the world. This thing is melting through under all the plants there, all the nuclear plants. It's leaking into the ocean through the groundwater. But this storm is coming right up the island, and it's going to go right over the Fukushima area, guys. So it's going to not only could possibly damage weakened structures there, but it's going to dissipate that radiation in the air and the water. Going to stir it up real good, but they're already on the edge of complete collapse, and it's not going to do any good. Now here at home, we're looking at the two storms, one on either side of Mexico, and that'll give you the tropical forecast points. And what's happening with this Hurricane Ingrid that's in the Gulf, it's still got winds up to 75 miles an hour, but it's almost stationary because of the storm that's in the Pacific on the other side is colliding with it, which is going to cause more rain in that area as they are more or less stationary. Also, that rain is going to push up through Texas, which a lot of folks there need it, and it's starting to move around into the south. It's starting to cloud up over Louisiana, Mississippi. Again, there's a storm in the Pacific, guys, and there's a projected pass. They're both moving north, and this storm appears to be even though it's not listed as a hurricane, it's still a tropical storm because it's over land. It's a wider storm, and it seems to have the strongest push back across into the Gulf. You look at it on infrared, and again you see that moisture trailing up. I'll pull that back up into Colorado, through New Mexico and Arizona, Texas, Oklahoma. All you guys there, you know what flash floods can do. And you notice this train of weather is moving up and splitting. Some of it's going west, some of it's going east. You see that over the Illinois area, Michigan there. But again, it seems that our Hurricane Ingrid is being stalled, and what that's going to do, guys, is it could possibly catch another turn it more eastward up into the United States. So Gulf Coast, watch this one. Again, it's projected to go into Mexico, but we'll just have to watch that. Now, they've got a new near-Earth object that they discovered yesterday, and it's you could call it a ghost asteroid if you wanted to, because it's been right here beside us the whole time. They've data arc span of 1 day. You notice that? But it's not a large object. It's probably about the size of the big rock that came in over Russia earlier this year that we saw as it came in, and it did some damage. But this one is rotating around the sun with the Earth. On the 18th will be the close approach. You notice it's at today's date at the 15th. And it looks like about twice a year it gets a little closer. I'm going to let it play through a year here. Notice at 0.029 now. It's going to get down to 0.027, which is 0.6 LD. That's less than the distance between the Earth and the Moon. It's 1 LD. So 0.6 is that approach. Now watch it go through the year. You can see it separate from Earth. It's on the inside, and notice that it is barely changing anything other than it goes below and above the Earth. You can see the difference in the coloring of the line of the asteroid. Again, same time next year as it's coming around, you'll see August. Getting into September there, close approach, same time. It's almost like a mini moon, or again maybe a ghost asteroid, but it could have been here for millions of years, but they just found it. Again, it's not large, but it is close. That may be some of the things that you guys are seeing, you know, that we get reports on. You see it in the sky at night, things like that, and possibly in the daytime, because you could see the one in Russia in the daytime after it came into the atmosphere. But these are the latest images from Ison, guys, and these are from ground-based telescopes. They're starting to get these pictures in from South America and Central America now. 2 different locations here. You know, they're not as close as the ones that are coming out of the Canary Islands, but we're starting to get more and more detail. Again, it gets 2 million miles closer per day. I'm going to take a look at this. Impressive comet. Again, the outer coma cloud at about 75,000 kilometers. But it's a heads up on this, guys. We're going to be watching it. Be safe.